It's New American Shame right here on your classic metal show with the title track, American Shame. Do you know what the backstory is to where they got the name of their band, Chris?
From AOC?
Well, she is definitely the new American Shame.
Okay, that's not it.
It does have to do with politics, and it does have to do with somebody in office.
Oh, I did not know. Oh. Ooh.
During the Bill Clinton impeachment trials where he lied about the whole Monica Lewinsky thing.
Yeah.
That Johnny, the lead vocalist of New American Shame, he said they were watching that on the TV, and basically the comment that was made while they were watching TV, somebody made the comment as, well, there's our New American Shame.
Oh, and they're like, ooh, cool.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's like, that's a cool band name.
Yeah. It is a good band name.
And that's where it came from. And that record was so stellar. That band had me so pumped up for the future of hard rock and metal.
And then gone.
Just gone. I am so glad. Me and Rock and Randy, of all, we hung out with those guys on their bus.
Right.
At the Akron Civic Theater because they opened up for Megadeth.
Okay.
And Static X, of all people.
Nice.
What a weird bill. It was a New American Shame, Static X, and Megadeth.
That is an odd bill.
But, yeah, we saw that, I believe that was during the Risk tour, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Was that in Akron?
It was in Akron at the Akron Civic Theater. You've seen Tom Kiefer there in Skid Row.
I see. Yeah. I think I saw that show, actually. Now I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
I remember seeing Megadeth and Static X. I don't remember New American Shame. I was probably drunk. I probably didn't go in until halfway through Static X.
Right.
You know, out in the parking lot getting drunk. Imagine that.
But they were a fun bunch of guys to hang out with, and Rockin' Randy, he was my date that night.
Oh yeah.
And
were they herb guys?
Were they what?
Herb guys.
No, they were just they just like to hang out. They were just rock and roll dudes.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't recall anybody blazing up on the bus. Not that I remember, but that was like way back in like 2000 or something like that.
Hey man, you want to go outside and smoke a doob?
Yeah.
Fucking Randy.
But I do remember that there was some big pothole in the back parking lot of the Akron Civic Theater, and Megadeth's bus got stuck in it. And they had to call a wrecker out to pick up the ass end of that bus and get it out of that pothole.
Deep was the hole. Jesus Christ.
It was like a sinkhole almost.
I was gonna say that's to ground a bus.
Yeah.
It's got to be a pretty big hole.
It was. But that was a fun night, though, and those guys were great, and I had them on the show and just plugged the shit out of that record, and then, boy, just gone.
Did any of the guys from that band end up doing something else?
Not that I'm aware of. I remember that you got Jeff Redding on the show when we used to play the game, the mystery guest show, the mystery guest game, and you'd invite people on, and Jeff Redding came on the show once. Yeah, and because he went on to do something. He's actually stayed active. I forget what he does. I think there's a version of New American Shame actually playing up in the upper Northwest, because I looked them up the other day, and I think that Johnny and maybe one other dude from the original lineup, they're doing New American Shame. Okay. Yeah, he did Duff McKagan's band. Okay. After that, that's what he did. All right. And I think that's what we had him on for, was that Loaded record. Okay. I think that's what we had him on for, but we did play mystery guest with him. Yeah. Yeah, he was fun. Yeah, so great record. If you don't have that disc, I think it's on like Spotify and stuff, but boy, just a solid AC/DC style, LA Guns. Just that hard rock, blue collar rock and roll. It's just a really great disc. No, just rocking. It is. Just kind of up tempo, just fun blue collar rock songs. Sure. So yeah, I like that record. It's good. Yeah, I recommend it. That one and Hair of the Dog, the band, not the song. Yeah. Hair of the Dog was another
band that I plugged really hard during, when I was doing the show as the solo classic metal show. I plugged those guys pretty hard.
Shit, yeah, they were solid.
Yeah,
man.
Got to know them pretty well as well. I went out to, I went to at least half a dozen of their shows.
And they put out a few records. They put out, 2 or 3 anyway.
They put out 3 records.
Yeah, they were good. I liked those guys a lot.
Yep, but again, they just kind of went to the wayside.
What was the singer's name?
Ryan Cook.
Ryan Cook, yeah. The bad Mamma Jamba.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, yeah, three solid discs from those guys as well.
Yep, good stuff that no one heard but us.
Hey, we tried. At least I tried.
Yeah, tried. I still play that stuff every now. When I do solo shows, I always play that stuff, just because it's not the overplayed, rat stuff. It's like stuff that people didn't hear but should have.
Yeah. Well, the first time I saw Hair of the Dog, they actually opened up for Rat at the Odeon.
Right.
Was the first time I saw them, and then they opened up for Motorhead at the Agora.
Right.
And then they opened up for Cinderella, and I went to Goshen, Indiana to go see them at a club over there.
Okay.
So
and they were always good?
It was all good, man. Well, like those guys.
Yeah, they were good. Dude, speaking of Rat, I'm half tempted to go see them next week.
I would go. Nathan from Kentucky saw them last week. He shot me over a couple of photos that he did last week.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? I bet you could get back and go see Steven if you wanted to hang out.
I'm sure I could. Where are they playing? They're playing somewhere fucked up though. The Lorain County Speedway or something. And I don't know if I want to be out in that fucking hot. I don't like the heat.
Well, I would imagine if they were at the MGM, you'd be there in a minute.
If they're at the MGM, I'd go. But, that anything past the MGM is a little far from
anything more than 5 minutes from the house, not going.
Anywhere where I could pretend, where the probability of a DUI is a lot higher, I'm staying off.
Right, exactly.
Staying home.
Yeah, Lorraine, that's a drive for you.
That's what I'm saying. It's tempting, but that's quite a haul. That's probably an hour each way, right?
Yeah, from your house, just about, yeah.
Yeah, that's I'm not you. I don't drive to fucking New Mexico to see a show.
Yeah, just hit that 480 out onto 90 and go out to Lorraine.
Yeah. Anytime the directions say take this road until it ends, that's just like that's too far for me.
That's too far for me. Fuck that.
Anytime I'm taking a highway until the highway ends, that's too far. And, I might go though. It's on a Friday, so I'm tempted to go out just to go out. But I know me. That means I'm not going.
It's too good.
I'll be my feet and my back will be all sore from fucking Slash on Thursday. I'll be like, fuck Steven. I'll see him when he comes back.
Right.
I don't want to see him without my buddy Eric Ferentino.
Well, anyway. There you go, yeah.
So, but maybe. You never know. So we'll see.
Might get a wild hair.
Yeah, I might. I've been known to do that.
Yeah.
Just look at COC last year. I literally decided, at 6 o'clock. I was like, fuck it, I'm going. And I just went.
Yeah, maybe get your girl Kelly to drive, and you just sit in the passenger seat.
Well, you know what? If my daughter fucked up my car, I might just have to do that. Probably be in the fucking shop again. Jesus. Why do we do it? I'm with John Rufo. See, look, I listened to John Rufo. This is how bad it is. I heard John Rufo for 5 minutes? I'm right back to drinking beer on the show.
Why? Because those cysts on your kidneys healed up?
Mm-hmm. I figure if he can drop dead, so can I.
Right.
The fuck? Haven't had a beer on the show in a year.
Yeah.
I heard John Rufo for 3 minutes. I was like, fuck, I need a beer. No.
You're driving me to drink now.
I gotta drink.
Yeah. John Rufo.
That was fun with Jericho.
Yeah, I liked him.
I like him a lot.
The minute that I started watching his videos and stuff, I go, I like this guy.
Yeah, he's got to come on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, he can definitely be a more frequent guest of the show. That would be good.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah, he is.
Hail and Kill caller, you're on the air.
Hail and Kill, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Are you talking in through a tin can and a string?
No, my phone's messed up. That's why I'm asking.
But do you have the George Lynch model phone?
No, I'm too poor for that. I just had a random question. By the way, this is the quote-unquote the real John Drake from the chat room.
Okay. I'd rather talk to you anyway. I don't hate you.
Well, my question is, I was looking online, and I was looking at the highest grossing tours of all time. And Ed Sheeran, a guy who plays an acoustic guitar by himself on stage, like his last tour grossed like $600 million. I was just mind blown. My question for you guys is, with the rise of the holograms, do you think a guy like Axl Rose or someone that owns the name of the band, do you think they'll just get rid of like the hired guns and just hire holograms and follow the Ed Sheeran model?
Wouldn't shock me. Wouldn't shock me if they replaced themselves too. Why go out and tour? Just fucking let the movie play and people still come and see it.
Yeah, just license the music out and just let them do it.
Mm-hmm. Take a cut.
My second question, and I'll go after this. Neeley, since you're good friends with Doc, is the backstage the same as it was back in the 80s?
No. No. Not at all. I mean, for me, my relationship with Don and the rest of the guys, it's just buds. It's not because there's naked chicks and groupies and it's just the hang. I got to go to have Thanksgiving with Don back in November at his house, and it's just the camaraderie and the hangout, and Chris has been there a bunch of times too, and it's just dudes. We're just dudes hanging out and just talking about life and music and things, and it's just a cool hang because it's not often that you get to hang out with somebody who's had the life experience. And not only that, but Don's a funny son of a bitch. That guy makes me laugh, and I know Chris can vouch for that as well. He's funny.
He's funny when he's comfortable. When he's comfortable, he's funny.
I know. I heard last week, or I think it was 2 weeks ago when he was on, he called you gay.
Yeah, that was nice. Gay or something like
that? I forgot what I was going to say. Real quick before I hang up, because I think Doc McGee is right here, and my mom is downstairs. I just want to say, I'm like a millennial, and I'm a huge fan of you guys because I've been listening to you guys for the past 3 years, every single day consistently, and I just want to say you guys are some of my heroes. So, yeah, so it's an honor to talk to you guys. I'm like kind of freaking out.
Dude, we're just a couple of dudes. Just relax.
No. You guys aren't just two guys. I mean, dude, I listened to the entire. Okay,
raise your standards. Raise your standards if you're your heroes. Jesus Christ.
Well, okay, hear me out. I know it's going to sound crazy, but hear me out.
It's not crazy. Just relax, take a breath. What do you want to say?
Well, the reason you guys are some of my heroes is because, like, let's be honest, you guys are rich. You guys are doing a show consistently for the past 24 years. You guys I know, Chris, I thought you said you were on welfare, and you were like a steel mills worker, and you're basically poor is what I'm trying to say. And now you're like the owner of 2 successful businesses, and you're like dating girls half your age. How is that not a hero? You know what I mean? You're not married on top of all that, which is like a good role model, because when someone asks me, are you interested in getting married? I'm just like, why would I want to, do that when I can like live the lifestyle of the classic metal show and just like go out with girls half my age, and like be happy? Why would I want to do that? But anyway.
Ooh, don't jump yet. Where do you live, dude? Where are you from?
San Diego.
San Diego, okay. And how did you find us? Well, don't say unfortunately. That's a nice area to be from. But
oh my God, there's so much politically correctness.
I know about that, but weather-wise, you can't beat it.
Well, I found you guys when I Googled, because one of my favorite things to do is to look up celebrity dick stories, and I Googled, I Googled Bret Michaels is a dick, and one of you guys showed up, and you guys like trash Bret Michaels, and you're like trashing his music, and there was like a song that played.
You want it.
You know you got it, so you get it, so you something, so back up on it. You know you want it. But basically, yeah, that's why I found you guys. I found you guys to that, and I've been a fan since then because you guys, like, I mean, before I forget this is my main point. You guys have the greatest show in the world right now because you guys say whatever you want. The show is never a hit or miss. Like other shows, like Joe Rogan, for example. That guy, you know, numbers-wise and fan-wise, he has, like, one of the biggest podcasts in the world right now. But as far as content, he has, like, kind of, like, hit or miss, you know, guests, like some boring old professor. When I'm listening to podcasts, I want to, like, laugh, not think about, about the galaxies and some boring bullcrap, you know what I mean? But I do thank you very much at the bottom of my heart for doing the show every week, and it's like I said, it's never hit or miss. I never I listened to the entire 6 hours, and I'm never like, you know what, that was just a waste of 6 hours. The entire show is amazing. I just have to say that before I go.
Yeah, we're pretty amazing, dude, and we're rich.
Rich.
Well, you know what I'm trying to say. But anyway, my manager's here. Wait, what's that? Oh, my mom's downstairs, guys. All right, Helen Kale, tuck you in, pal. Yeah, Mom.
Jeez. Oh.
How is it living in that castle over there, Chris?
Yeah, I was going to say, the rich thing is funny. We're not rich by any means. Do we do okay? Yeah, but we're certainly not rich. Not by a long shot.
It's funny.
Believe me, when I start saying, if this ever goes bad, there's still chances of that happening. Just because it hasn't doesn't mean that I'm fucking financially secure for life. That's for damn.
Yeah, dude.
I'm 2-3 bad months away from living in that fucking broke door car.
And you get chicks half your age.
Well, I think he's mixing me and you together here. You know, because that's you.
Yeah.
You're the one that fucking dates fucking 8th graders, not me. I despise chicks that are fucking young. I have nothing in common with them. Except my love for their vagina.
Hail and Kill, caller, you're on the air.
Hail and Kill. I love Jericho. What an awesome guy. Yeah, I mean, just that was one of the funniest segments ever. You got a guy. You should have that guy on at least once a month.
Well,
loved him.
You don't want to burn him out, do you?
I don't think once a month's a burnout.
No?
I'm not saying once a week. I'm saying once a month.
Well, do you watch his channel, or are you going to start watching his channel?
No, I do. I'll watch it daily now, like you do. But, I mean, I've watched the last few weeks leading up to this.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's just great to hear an honest reality opinion just from anyone these days. You know, and I hope the guy's channel grows and grows because he has a lot of great takes for sure. On another subject, did you guys hear all the stuff going down with Live Nation Metallica? Have you talked about that yet?
We haven't talked about it. I'm aware of it.
All right, well, we will talk about it. How about that?
Those guys, man, I've been a fan like you guys since '86 when I first saw them open for Ozzy, and the story is so funny because their publicists put a spin on it like they had no clue. Bullshit. They know. There's no way in the world that band didn't know.
The band themselves may not have known. The band, four guys, but their management sure as fuck did.
I cannot believe that Chris, the band, did not know. I think they knew. They had to.
The only reason and Neeley, you don't know the story at all, do you?
I do know a little bit about them buying their own tickets and reselling and all that kind of stuff.
Reselling to secondary market.
Right.
So
Yeah. I do know a little bit about it, yes.
Before they went on sale.
The problem is severalfold. One, hardcore fans, and I'm not gonna lie, I am fucking pissed off about this whole thing because I had to buy my tickets secondary market, and I got shitty fucking seats for $180 a ticket, and I was 2 rows from the top. They totally dick their fans, and that's fucked up. But even more fucked up in it, not only did they dick their fans that way, but they also gamed the system. If you look, it just came out that they were the top selling band last year of physical product. And
crazy.
But what Metallica did is that they put they gave you a CD with every ticket that was purchased. Well, they count that as a sale. So they weren't really a top selling band. They just gave their shit away so that they would chart. And they did 1 million tickets or whatever. And it just gamed the system so that it still looks like Metallica is this big selling physical product entity when they're just not.
Right.
It's fucked up. But I'm with you, man. Honestly,
did you?
Go ahead.
The breakdown of the split. The DiCiaccio guy, he's called a consultant. He's not a consultant. He's their everyday manager.
Right.
I believe. He got 30%. Live Nation got whatever. 30%. Metallica got this and that. There's no way those guys didn't know. They had to know.
The only thing I'll say, and Neeley, you can step in on this as somebody that has dealt with a band and their money. The band doesn't usually know a whole lot about their money. They really are not that engrossed in it. They don't generally have day-to-day spreadsheet access to that shit.
They should with dealing with Live Nation. They should.
Well, their accountants deal with that stuff, and they don't necessarily check up on that on a weekly or monthly basis. They just look at their statement at the end of the quarter or whatever the case may be.
Right. And did you see, Chris? Neeley, you didn't see it, but Chris, did you see the senator from New Jersey's speech about it in Congress this week?
I did not see that. No.
YouTube that. It's a little goofy. It's a senator from New Jersey who is going after them pretty hard, and he keeps dropping song titles in his speech, like Metallica had their fans in a whiplash over scalp tickets, and just goofy things like that. I mean, it was so dumb, but he was just making a point that's this guy is really going after him. I hope he does. And I'm not saying Metallica's the one to blame. In the article, they said there was at least 10 other bands involved. We all know who the problem is. It's Live Nation. They're the biggest scumbags. They've ruined this business 1 billion times over.
It's fucked up, man. I mean, it's like completely. Everything about tickets right now is completely fucked. Like, I'll give an example of a problem I had literally this week. And it worked itself out, but it was a problem. Thank God I checked. Most people wouldn't do this. I bought my Slash tickets through StubHub because, of course, I couldn't get any good tickets 3 seconds after they were released. They went on sale at 10 a.m., and by like 10:02, all the good tickets were sold, and they were like, you could only sit in the back. And I don't do that. So I went to StubHub and I bought my tickets. I bought my tickets in February from StubHub. And StubHub, so I pay for my tickets. It was 4 tickets. It was like $650 or some shit for 4 tickets. And that was it. I bought the tickets. And I was like, okay, cool, you know. Well, I go to StubHub's app on my phone just out of curiosity this week because I didn't know. Kelly asked me where my tickets were this week. She's like, where are we sitting at? So I go to my phone, and of course, there's no tickets there. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know, so I had to call StubHub. StubHub tells me, oh, just because you bought your tickets through StubHub, they don't get put in your
wallet
on their app. Instead, you have to get an email from StubHub that you click a link to, and then you can download them to Ticketmaster's app.
That's dumb.
Like, it's so fucking dumb. So then I had to call StubHub back when it wasn't in my Ticketmaster app. I had to call StubHub back. They had to contact the seller, resend me the email. Then I had to reprocess the tickets to get them into my Ticketmaster app. But it's like, why the fuck do I need a StubHub app then? You know, I mean, useless. But I'm sure the reason is because Ticketmaster, i.e. Live Nation, is probably charging StubHub a fee to take the transfer. I will guarantee you that's what's going on. It's fucking crazy.
Did you try to get him resale on Ticketmaster or no?
All they had available, like within 3 minutes of the tickets going on sale, the venue I'm going to has 5 sections, three floor sections, 2 in the back sections. 3 minutes after they went on sale, all that was left was the tickets in the back, and I was like, "Fuck that! I want to sit in the first 10 rows." So I went to StubHub. That's what I had to do. I just went to StubHub and bought my tickets.
It makes me really happy that, you know, we're all the same age, early 50s. I'm so happy I went to shows when I was a kid. I saw everybody in their prime. And you didn't have to deal with this bullshit. The kids nowadays, why would you want to go to a show to pay that type of money? It's a joke.
Yeah.
You know, for younger bands, whatever.
It's impossible. I can promise you this. Forget the big bands. I'll take every big band off the table. Guns N' Roses, AC/DC, Judas Priest, Black Sabbath. Take all those off the table. I couldn't afford, when I was 22 years old, $50 to go see LA Guns or or bands like that. I could afford like what I was paying, like 10 or $6 to go see Enough's Enough at some club somewhere. You know, I could afford that. I couldn't afford $45 to see Rat. That just wouldn't have happened. I would have gone. I've probably been to, I don't know, 1,500, 2,000 shows in my life. I wouldn't have seen a tenth of them if the prices were what they are today. No fucking way.
Right. I remember seeing, I don't remember what show it was, but the first time seeing a $20 ticket, and I was just like, whoa, you know? Yeah. I mean, it was all club acts, $15, $12, $10, or 12 at the door. You know,
dude, it used to be. I remember seeing on the All Night tour, the Asylum tour. I saw Kiss and Black and Blue, and got blown for the first time in my car for $10.
What was his name?
Bob.
Sorry, that's my favorite joke of all time.
Bob
anyway, but I really wish you guys would read that full article from Billboard and just enlighten people. And I don't know. I mean, one wish I have before I die, hopefully sooner than later, like you, Chris. But anyway, because I can't take it anymore. I just want to see Live Nation go down in flames. I just want to see it.
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to happen. They're too big, you know.
I agree they're too big, but it's just not going to happen. There's nobody. You would have to have some billionaire come in and try and put them out.
When I go to a show, I don't try to buy tickets for Live Nation shows, and if I happen to go to one of their shows, it pains me not to buy a beer or a T-shirt. I just don't want to give those assholes one nickel.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm definitely with you, man. It fucking sucks. For years. I mean, you guys, everybody's listening knows me or Neeley can. If we really want to go to a show, depending on the show, we generally can make a phone call, and we know the people. But it's one of those things that if you do that every time, then you won't have that access anymore. So you kind of pick and choose your battles. You pick and choose the ones where, like, I don't know how you do it, Neeley, or you rarely ever, you just go. But if I ask for tickets, generally you can bet that we covered the band. If we don't interview the band, I will never ask for tickets. It's just kind of a rule. But more and more as these ticket prices keep going up, I'm starting to ask for more of them. I'm starting to ask for tickets to shows again because I'm just not willing to spend $75 to see Seven Dust. Love Seven Dust, not $75 for a ticket's worth. It's too much.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yep.
Well, I hope you read the article, and I really appreciate your time. I love your guys' show as always.
And where are you from, man?
What's that?
Where are you from?
Cincinnati, Ohio. I've called before.
Oh, yeah.
Called about Belkin a couple weeks ago.
Right.
My name's David.
All right, Dave. Appreciate you chiming in.
Hand drop.
People got things to say tonight.
Well, we took off for a week.
It's all pent up. It's all pent up.
Yeah, it's pent up aggression.
Everybody's got blue balls.
Yeah, I got to admit, though, that Metallica thing is definitely
I know.
disgusting.
I read that just real briefly, and I was just like, boy, how much, and again, it goes back to the whole Rockefeller thing is how much is enough? Just a little more.
A little more.
Just a little more. Hail and kill, caller. You're on the air.
Somebody mentioned Rat.
Yes?
Yeah. This is Nathan from Kentucky. How you guys doing?
Well, you saw Rat last week.
Yeah.
How were they?
It was okay.
Well,
it was the best way to describe it was just okay.
All right.
It was a fun time, and it's a club in Lexington, Kentucky. You probably had about 400 people at $40 a pop. Getting back to what the previous guy was talking about the concert prices.
Did you have to pay? I know you covered the show, but did you have to pay?
No, luckily I didn't. At 40 or 45 at the door, I probably would have felt ripped off. But look, we've all beat this into the ground with the Rat thing, and but you got one, and you got Steven, and then there's the two guitar players weren't even alive in '83 when they put out the EP. So it's not Rat. It's just another incarnation of this kind of joke that goes on, But I mean, Steven's pretty decent. I sent you some video clips, Neeley, and he did a good job. And Juan's up there doing his thing, dancing around and prancing, doing his background vocal thing and all that. And like I said, I guess the best way to describe it was okay.
So you obviously did not get to talk to Steven or anybody after the show, though?
No, they didn't do any kind of meet and greet or anything. And then usually at that little club up in Lexington, almost every band that comes in usually does a meet and greet afterwards. But I knew a guy who was part of the security team, and he told me, he said they're not doing that. They've already said they're not going to do that. And he said the tour manager was such a dick. He's like, man, the guy is acting like they're still an arena rock band, what they wanted and how they wanted things handled. And even worse was the merch people. I mean, my God, they had two little chicas working the merch table, and So afterwards, I'm walking by, and it's $25 for a shirt. I was like, well, that's a whole lot less than I paid at the Iron Maiden show the night before. So no XL in any T-shirt. And I'm like, do you realize what your market here is? We're a bunch of old fat white guys. We all wear XLs, and didn't have XL in any thing. So they didn't get my $25. So, but look, it is what it is. In 2019, Rat unfortunately is playing little tiny bars and getting 400 people.
Yeah. Well, you went to Iron Maiden too. You were in Florida.
Yeah.
You hung out with Norge and went to the Iron Maiden show. How was that?
They're just amazing. I mean, those guys. Just as good as ever. And the stage show these days is just amazing. I mean, they come out with the plane flying overhead, and then Flight of Icarus. Bruce has got a big blowtorch and he's blowing flames all over the stage, and they bring out the Eddie during the Trooper, and the fire, fireworks going off and everything. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, I kind of, to me, not being a huge Maiden fan, it seems really weird that you play 16 songs and 3 of, Bruce is up there singing 3 songs that he wasn't even part of, doing the two Blaze songs, the Klansman and Sign of the Cross, which I don't even know those songs, to be honest with you. I didn't even listen to any of those Blaze records at all. But they definitely cover the whole scope of the catalog, and they just do a great job. I mean, it's a fantastic production. I'm going to catch it again in Cincinnati in probably next month. So, but that's those guys are still on top of their game.
So one of the last true arena acts.
Yeah, I mean they're great. I mean they still pack them in. That place was packed, and I'm sure everywhere else they play all across America will probably be packed too. And I mean they do what they do, and I don't know how much longer they're going to keep doing it, but they seem to be doing a damn good job. And they'll probably I assume they'll probably do one more new album, and then that might be the end of it for them. But it's they still kick ass, man.
Perfect. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, since you were
unfortunately Rat doesn't.
Well, since you were hanging out with Norge, I'm assuming there were no black people around you.
Norge is awesome, man. I actually went over to we got down there the day before the show, and I hit him up, and the last time I was down there 2.5 years ago, we literally got to see each other for literally about 5 minutes after the show. And so I got down there the day before, and so make sure we get together. And so the day of the show, he actually was working, and he works at the Harley Davidson dealership right there, not too far from the arena. So I went down in the afternoon and actually went over and hung out with him for a little bit and got to talk to him for a little bit. But that guy's a character, man. I don't know if he says he listens, but he can't get in the chat room very much, and he's got kids and stuff. So I don't know if he's listening or not, but if you are, Norge, fuck you, pal. So but he's a character though, man. He really is. He's a great dude. So we had to do a little funny video we sent you guys and all that. But he's definitely the most racist man in America. I think that's Norge Orkin. Which is funny because he's Hispanic. He's an Hispanic dude, and he's racist against everybody, but basically Hispanic people and white people. So
too funny.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's my review of the Rat Show. It's like I said, I can't. They did all the. You can look on the set list or the set list whatever it is, setlist.fm, and it pretty much played all the songs you would expect them to play. It wasn't really anything special. I mean, they didn't really do anything in particular. And the one guitar player, the Ziff or whatever his name is, he did most of the solos, and he did an adequate job. I wouldn't say anything special, but he's only 28 years old, man. It's like those songs are older than he is. But it was okay. It's just kind of sad that it's what it's come to, and I run I have the Rat Lives Twitter thing, and I tried to put out a lot of stuff, and really there was not really much reaction at all from people. So it's just kind of tells you how far that band, all the legal battles and the personality bullshit and everything, how far they've come and how far they've really dropped to the point where they're really not even important anymore. I mean, it's kind of sad. I mean, really think about it. They really haven't had a hit record in 30 years? You know, I mean, Nothing Off Infestation was actually a hit. You know, it was a good record, but so you probably have to go back to Detonator, 1990? You know, when they last had any kind of a semblance of a hit. So, but, you know, at 63, Steven's still out there trying to, I guess, make some money and keep his career alive. So
Sure.
Maybe in 2019, rat lives don't matter anymore, but it was still a fun time. It's always, you know, it's very funny to me to go to those shows and those legacy type acts like that, and the crowd is mostly people like us, you know, white men in their 40s and 50s, and I guess they just want to relive their youth. They don't get out very often, but man, they show up and just get hammered. And you know, Chris has talked about this.
Yeah,
you know,
Chris.
Sammy Hagar, I think you went to see him. They just show up and get hammered. They're hammered before the damn concert even starts, you know, and they're just drunken idiots, you know. And
they're just happy to get away from their old lady for the night.
That's it.
Well, a lot of them bring their old ladies with them. I mean, you got a bunch of old fat women there too, you know. So, but I don't know. I guess they don't get out much, and so when they do, they indulge and they start early. And I've been to shows at that venue where, you know, people are puking out in the parking lot before the opening act comes on. And it's like, what is wrong with you people? You know, I know it's a party and you want to have a good time, but Jesus, you know. But, you know, I guess it's just, like I said, a bunch of old middle-class people who trying to relive their youth, and they can't handle their liquor anymore, I suppose. But,
yeah, Chris.
I think Chris can handle his liquor a lot better than these people can. So.
I make it home every time.
Yeah, he's all right. He's no problem.
I haven't puked in years.
A lot of these people can't even start puking before the opening act comes on. There was a girl stumbling around. They had some band called Graveyard Romeos, which was just doing 80s covers. They were doing, like, you know, Pantera and Guns N' Roses and Bullet Boys, and but there was, you know, some girl stumbling around, you know, almost getting ready to fall over walking around while they were playing. So it's like, geez, man. So,
right.
But I guess it could be worse. The security guard I know told me that they had, you remember the band Power Man 5000?
Power Man 5000, yeah, with Spider from Rob Zombie's brother.
They played that same venue about a month ago, and he said there weren't 100 people in that place.
I believe that.
So, yeah. So,
dude, when they were hot, they weren't that hot. Power Man 5000?
No, yeah. I mean, when I saw that they were advertised as a headliner at that venue, I was kind of like, what the hell, really? You know? And obviously, he said they had 2 security people. That's all they needed was 2 for the, you know, 98 people that showed up or whatever. So, that's my review. I hear Doc McGee calling me here, so I better steal a line from the previous guy there. But that's my report. Unfortunately, like I said, I guess rat lives don't matter in 2019, and they're going to continue to. Wait, you say they're playing at the Speedway or something next week, Chris?
Yeah, Lorraine Speedway or something.
Oh God, Jesus Christ, man! It's really bad. It's so sad that they've fallen to that point, but you know, I don't know. I mean, I guess they're going to keep trudging on and trying to, you know.
Hey,
we made such a big deal out of the Bobby Blotzer thing being fake, and it was fake. And this version is got more legitimacy, obviously, than that version did. But how much more legitimacy? You know, when Warren doesn't want to be any part of it, Robin's dead, you've kicked Bobby out. So I mean, what's left? You know, at least with Steven, you have the voice, I guess, but it's still kind of a joke. So, but oh well.
All right, Walter Cronkite, and that's the way it is. This day on July 27th, 2019.
On this day, rat lives don't matter. Hand job.
People going out to see shows, they're upset about their bands, they're upset about ticket prices, they're upset about being gouged.
Mm-hmm.
People can't handle their liquor anymore.
Right.
God damn it. Getting old sucks. We've come so far. We've come so far, Chris. We've just come so far. We've just come so far.
We have.
We've been to the top of the mountain. Where is there to go now?
Away. Just go away.
Our fan there from Cincinnati. Yeah, I'm like you, Chris. I can't wait till it ends.
Dude, I was watching, and this is just because I'm a sick fuck, I guess. But I have been obsessed for about a month now with these confession videos.
Yes.
Where there's tons of them on YouTube.
I know. I saw a bunch of them.
And I've watched a bunch, and like I watched like all 6 hours of Jodi Arias. So that should tell you how fucking boring my life is. That I watched 6 hours of her.
Yeah, but you're rich though.
Yeah, well, that's why I did it, because I'm a rich, entitled guy. But I watched that, and then I watched the one I was watching today. Just really made me ready to jump off the planet. I watched the confession tape of that the BTK killer.
Yes.
And just hearing how casually this guy just talked about fucking murdering these people. He's like, yeah, I came in the house and I stuck a bag over Joe Sr.'s head and I choked him out and I suffocated him. Then I went over and choked out his kid, and then I fucking fucked his daughter and then choked her out. And he's just like...
Very matter of fact.
Like he's reading the paper.
Yeah, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, and I'm just like, this is the world we're in now. And they're showing stats up there saying that there's anywhere between 200 and 300 active serial killers running around the states today. And I'm like, motherfuck, I got to get out before one of them gets me. I just do. And then and maybe it's that I'm obsessing on this shit lately, but like I watched the movie Zodiac this week also about the Zodiac killer.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a terrible movie. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. It's so fucking boring. But there's one scene. He comes up on two people in a
parked car.
No, they're like by a beach kind of, but they're not on the beach. They're like under a tree in the grass, I guess.
Okay.
And there's nobody there. And he comes up on them and he goes, "Get on your knees and tie her up, and now I'm going to tie you up." It's like, why? And maybe it's because that was the time and it was before serial killing was known. But in 2019, would you ever get on your knees?
No, of course not.
To be tied, you just take the chance and let him shoot you, right?
Yeah, exactly. You'd fight him off.
Yeah, you take a shot, and if you got shot in the face, then you got shot in the face. It's like it's just, this world is just so fucked. I just don't want to be part of it anymore. Everybody makes fun about the fact that I don't want to go into stores and whatever. You know why? Because I don't want to deal with any of these fucking people. I don't want to deal with any of these fucking people. I mean, for better or for worse, and you know this, and the fans don't, but I've been asked and have accepted doing an interview with Tripp from Static X, who is a convicted pedophile. But that's the world we're in now. We're in the world now where that is part of our
norm,
of our lexicon.
Yeah, it's
that part of our entertainment comes with the fact that they got caught fucking kids. And it's like, what the fuck? And it's like we're just in a place now that I just can't relate to anymore. I really feel like I'm feeling like every other old guy in our lives when we were 20 and we looked at our grandfather, and our grandfather would fucking shake his finger at us and tell us that he couldn't relate to our music and our movies and shit anymore. Don't you feel like we're them now?
Yeah.
We're those people?
Yeah, you're the get off my lawn guy.
I am the get off my lawn guy. I fucking hate people. I don't want to deal with people on any fucking level.
Dude, I was there years ago.
I know, but I didn't used to be this bad, and now it's like, dude, I'm closing in on a year since I've been in a store. I mean, it'll be a year in October.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not going to do it. I'm not gonna go into a store because I just don't want the aggravation and the argument that comes with it. I'll go in a store and somebody will be rude to me and I'll fucking yell them down or smack them. Because that's all I know. I won't be like, well, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but could you move to the fuck you, get out of the way, you fucking cunt. I just fucking can't stand people anymore, man.
I'm with you.
Ugh, it's just terrible.